What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back with another video on the channel, and today we went to the Chinese food spot to get some orange teriyaki chicken served over a nice bed of jasmine rice. This is the highest rated Chinese restaurant in my house. Nah, it's not highest rated today, man. I made this. Yes, I did. Orange chicken teriyaki, little jasmine rice, as I said. Very simple to make. Marinated with some orange pepper, teriyaki sauce, GUs. I can't find it, don't matter what it is. Obviously, you got some fresh broccoli, you saute that, take it off, put the chicken on, let that brown up, get happy, add the broccoli back in, and just serve it over some, jasmine rice is the truth. Y'all like jasmine rice? Let me know. I don't even know what time it is right now. It is real late. I have my plastic utensils that nobody likes, fork and spoon, going on today. So let's just get into this. And as I always say, because I have to, because it's really cringe, and that's what we do. If you are digging the content, go ahead and like, subscribe, thumbs up, and all that cringy YouTube stuff. Let's get some broccoli too. This smells so good. I'm telling you, you have no idea. I've been dying to get into this. No, listen. Listen. I don't care what y'all say. It may not. I don't know what it looks like. If it doesn't look good. If I serve this to y'all, and I put it in one of them styrofoam containers, y'all might think this came from the Chinese food spot. It's kind of, yeah. I've been doing so many highest rated recently. A lot of pizza. I've done Chinese food 3 times. And I've been getting a lot of inspiration, so it's been good both ways. You guys are enjoying the highest rated series, and I'm enjoying eating it and also being inspired to make some similar stuff. Oh, goodness. I hope everybody enjoyed Super Bowl Sunday. I hope you enjoyed my Super Bowl meal, because I did. And I have to get this out of the way because I said it before the Super Bowl. And I'm saying it again today. Only more people will agree with me. Tom Brady is the GOAT. If you don't like football, it doesn't matter. Let me just put this in his perspective. Y'all know who Michael Jordan is, right? Michael Jordan has 6 rings. Unbelievable accomplishment. Well, Tom Brady is now 44 years old, I believe. And he just won his 7th ring. And everybody thought it was just like people with Jordan. Well, if he didn't have, the rest of those Bulls. And you know what? See, this is why. Scottie Pippen, and maybe he wouldn't have won, blah, blah, blah. So Brady went to a whole new team that was 7-9 last year. They didn't add anybody. Okay, they added Gronk. A couple other players, but pretty much the same team. And this man beat Green Bay, the Chiefs, who everybody had winning the Super Bowl. Including me, I lost money. Ah, man. A couple of y'all wrote in the comments yesterday. Y'all said, don't bet against Tom Brady. And I said, don't bet against Tom Brady. And I still bet against Tom Brady. So, I'm going to hold this L. Before I get off the subject, there was a few other comments talking about how, the line ruined it for the Chiefs or the refs. Look, man, the Bucs played a heck of a game. Just, sometimes you got to take L's. Just say GG, which means good game. We move. It is what it is. Anyway, what else is going on that's exciting? Let's see. Yesterday on Super Bowl Sunday, it snowed about 5 or 7 inches. Had to shovel that. And it's going to snow, because I think it's like 2 a.m. right now. It's going to snow again here in about 3 hours. And give us another like 3 to 4 inches. Then we get 2 days off. And it's supposed to snow all weekend. I'm over this. I'm over the shoveling. Over shoveling. There are snowbanks in my town. And I've said this a billion times already, but they are as tall as I am, and we keep putting more snow on top of it. And now we're about to get like a Arctic polar vortex, something, I don't know, it's gonna be cold. In New Jersey, cold is like 5 degrees, which is cold. That's Fahrenheit for anybody who does Celsius. Then I still have on my iPhone my college's weather too, out in Iowa. So I decided to look. It's like -8 degrees there right now. Man. It's a different level of cold. Anybody watching this from the Midwest, I appreciate y'all, and I feel really bad for y'all because it's way too cold out there. I didn't know until I got there. It just gets in your bones. Like if you've ever been to like Minnesota or even like Chicago and like Lake Michigan, you know, North Dakota, South Dakota, like Iowa, man, it's freezing, bro. I'm not built for this cold. Man, this is good. What you gotta do? I don't know why I'm being cute. That's what you gotta do. Because you got all the juice, you know, the sauce, right? You gotta mix that. I don't know why. I've been trying, because, you know, when you do this, you know, mukbang or content creation, or, you have to worry about plating, right? As I just chucked food on my lap. My clothes are clean. You have to worry about like presentation and making stuff look good, and you know, so you put it off to the side. Y'all know just as well as I do. When you eating Chinese food, you gotta get the sauce and the rice. I know when y'all get the chicken and broccoli, because everybody eats chicken and broccoli. That's like the Chinese food like staple. Even people who don't even really eat Chinese food eat chicken and broccoli. You gotta mix it. You gotta get the mix. See how all the y'all can't. Can y'all see this? Just see this rice? See how it's soaking up the love. Yeah. All right, that's much better. Also, I usually do answer questions, and I'm just going off memory right now because I'm too tired to even look at my phone. Someone asked, this was a different one. They asked me what I'm doing with my left hand. Bro, I can't even say this out loud. They asked me what I'm doing with my left hand when I put it underneath the table. First of all, the table, as you can see, I'm 6'1". I'm sitting in a tiny chair, right? But I'm gonna humor it, because, you know, survive. Like I said, I'm 6'1". I'm sitting in a chair that's not very tall at all, because this is a normal sized table, and it goes up to my chest. So I'm sitting in a tiny chair, okay? As I'm eating, I'm not gonna put my hand here, or here, or here, so I just rest it. I don't know. Like, what do you think I'm doing under here? They asked if I was taking the hand and putting it on and rubbing it on my pants, or I don't know what the. I guess they think I'm like wiping my hand on my pants, or I don't know. What do you do with your hand when you eat? You put it on the table? Because, you know, I heard that's not like. It's rude, isn't it? By the way, shout out to my people from the UK. I don't know where or when. I started using the in it. Like, that is a UK term. In it, it's like saying isn't it, but it just turned into like an in it. Somewhere it came from, but I use it all the time. Oh, this is crazy. I also added some chopped ginger when I marinated the chicken. And I'm getting, oh, look, if you West Indian, you love ginger as much as I do. You might love ginger if you're not West Indian, but it's like in my blood. I've said this a bunch of times. I don't really consider myself to be a Jamaican because, like, listen to me talk, but yes, I have family in Jamaica. I'm part Jamaican. I eat Jamaican food all the time. Obviously, I'm very American, but stop spitting, bro. You be talking too much. But ginger is just, they drink it, they eat it, like we do all of it with it, so I just love the flavor of it, and it just adds that to it. I went to a Jamaican restaurant one time, did a mukbang there, and I haven't had it in so long because I don't drink my calories. But I had ginger beer. Now, ginger beer is non-alcoholic. It's almost like root beer, but you use ginger, so it has like that bite. Oh, I wish I just didn't care and just ate all my calories and drank all my calories. Because ginger beer is so good. If you're Hispanic, you might know like similar. Inca Cola is kind of similar. Actually, Inca Cola is more similar to Cola Champagne, which is also true. But right here, I'm gonna show y'all my goat. This is my goat. People ask my favorites. This is the goat. Right here. Oh, almost knocked that over. Diet soda is what I drink. This is the goat. Y'all can't even see this side. That is Sprite Zero. I don't know what it is about Sprite, but that is my stuff. When I drink soda, it's either Pepsi or Coke. I don't really care. I don't pick a side with that stuff. It's so refreshing. Sprite just hits different. So good. Speaking of so good. Bro, I'm not ready to shovel tomorrow. I'm just thinking out loud at this point. I gotta wake up mad early just to shovel. If it snows too much, that means I gotta call off the afternoon sessions for my clients, my trainers' clients. I know, so it's first world problems. I get that. I'm not complaining. It's just sometimes you just want things to go smoothly, you know? And it just ain't been happening with all the snow. Man. Give me more of that Sprite too. Let me tell y'all. Let me know your favorite soda in the comments too. Like I said, Sprite, always been my goat. I only drink diet soda. I honestly can't tell the difference. It tastes exactly the same to me. Just being honest. But yeah, Pepsi or Coke Zero, or Diet Pepsi or Coke are my other two. I mean, I'm not really a soda guy, but when I'm in the mood for it, you know. Or if I'm doing eating challenges, for some reason, like soda, the bubbles help. But I drink a lot of seltzer water. I never drink my calories. Diet advice 101. For people who are looking, you know, I hate going into diet stuff because people don't even think I know about it. I get it, because you see me eating all this crazy stuff, but let me just give you a quick pro tip. You would be surprised the hidden calories that you eat. A lot of people, and I deal with it on a day-to-day basis, they tell me they eat super healthy, which healthy is not a good term to use, in my opinion, because there's really no such thing as like bad food. There's food that has nutritional density, a lot of nutrients. There's food that has caloric density, a lot of calories. And then there's everything in between. For example, broccoli. Broccoli is nutritionally dense, but it is not calorically dense. It doesn't have a lot of calories. An example of a food that has caloric density and nutritional density, think like granola. People always think granola is healthy, which, yes, nutritionally, nutrient-wise, that has some pretty decent stuff. Now, it all depends on what you put in it. A lot of people put honey and all kinds of other crazy stuff. Just understand, granola has a lot of calories per serving. And I rarely, if ever, see somebody eat like a small quarter cup of granola. Then there are things that are calorically dense with little to no nutrient value. Still has value because there are calories in it. But Oreos is a good example. There are 140 calories in 2 Oreos. You can eat a cup of rice and eat the same amount of calories. And these are the same people that think carbs make you fat. You just have to understand the concept of food and where you get it from. With that being said, the 2 biggest things I see people do is they drink a lot of calories. I had a client who would tell me how they ate, which for all intents and purposes is fine. What he didn't tell me You only drink one of these of Coke, Pepsi. Regular Coke, Pepsi a day. Now, in a can of soda, or pop, depending on where you're from, there are usually about 130 to 140 calories in a 12-ounce can. This right here is a 2 liter. With 2 liter means you have 6 cans of soda. 6 times 140 a day. You feel me? So you're looking at almost 1,000 calories in soda. It won't fill you up. You'll pee it right out. And you basically wasted that many calories, almost 1,000. You know, I'm not really the best at math, but 240 plus 600, so 840 calories. I hope that's right. If I'm wrong, just leave me alone, okay? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, but if you're a person who has a daily allowance, calorically, let's say 2,500 calories, that 2 liter bottle of soda that you drank in a day, you just had a quarter of it. You only had about over 800 calories, so that's almost a third of what you're allowed to eat in a day. Other people will tell me to drink fruit juice. Fruit juice, nutritionally, great. Calorically, 8 ounces, 100 calories, bam. I know people that smashed a whole carton. About 1,000 calories, man. So, don't drink your calories. Second thing is how you cook your food. For example, you tell me you had a salad. Great. What was in it? Always the next question comes out of my mouth. Oh, a little bit of olive oil. Oh, and a couple croutons. Oh, some You might as well have had a burger at that point. Oil. Nothing wrong with oil. Do me a favor. Take a tablespoon of oil. Find a tablespoon and pour oil in it. Usually olive oil, I've seen 120 calories, 150 calories. But put in a tablespoon and see if that's how much you used in your salad. You didn't. So, you gotta be careful with the calorically dense foods. That is why the concept of eating clean, for most people, is what they deem most effective, because if you don't eat calorically dense food, it is not as hard to go over your caloric limit. If you spend your whole day eating celery and nothing but celery, you could eat 7 pounds of celery and you still would only have like 500 calories, probably less to tell you the truth, in a day. So when all these diet gurus tell you, green vegetables, make it half your plate. That's what they're doing. You're filling up on food that doesn't have a lot of calories. I have bags of broccoli that are, I don't know how many grams they are, I forget. But the bag is about this big of, broccoli from the produce section. Big thing of broccoli. I weighed the whole bag. I looked at the calories and it was like 300 calories. I couldn't even finish that bag if I wanted to. So when you hear that kind of stuff, that's what they're getting at. So when you're trying to talk diet, get with someone, if you don't know, that understands those kind of things, that can help you at least. You don't have to be crazy strict, but if you understand what you're eating, why you're eating it, instead of just, oh, don't eat this, it's bad, don't eat this, it's good, you'll have a lot more longevity and enjoyable parts of your diet. You could eat something like this meal, specifically, every day, and still be fine. Watch out for the condiments. You hear me constantly talking about G. Hughes. That's one example. I use G. Hughes teriyaki in this. I used about half the bottle. Half the bottle is like 40 calories. No joke, it's 5 calories per serving. There are 24 servings in there. So if I used 10 to 12, so say I used 12, that's 60 calories. 5 calories a serving. You do the same thing with regular teriyaki, you're gonna have about quadruple that. And sometimes more, depending. Same thing with the condiments, the ranches, the mayonnaise, especially the creamier ones or things like that. Very easy. You'll see a lot of the bodybuilder types. Why do they use things like mustard, hot sauce? It adds some flavor to their food, but there's not a lot of calories in it. Now, you don't have to worry about like they do because they have to stop using that stuff before they go on stage because it does have sodium in it. So just be careful with that stuff. People ask me, "Oh, you eat bread, you eat rice." Again, I ate an entire box of rice, a whole box, 700 calories. A whole box. You don't believe me? I'm serious. 700, I think 720 calories. Some of them are 800 calories for an entire box of rice. AKA 8 Oreos. Like, I know most people don't eat 2 Oreos. You usually eat 10, 12, half a sleeve, half the bag. And you're not full at all. Eat a whole box of rice and tell me how you feel. You get what I'm saying? Well, same thing with bread. Yes, there is bread that has nutritional density. People talk about healthy bread. They start talking about these multigrains and nutritionally, yes. You can eat white bread. Again, I'm not telling you to go eat white bread. Yes, there's a glycemic index, but that is not what causes you to get fat. It might cause other side effects depending on your insulin sensitivity. Now I'm going way off, but the reason that I can get away with that myself, I've tested my blood sugar. Again, I've experimented on myself. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've tested my blood sugar, and my sugar doesn't spike because of my fasting. It has helped me. Not everybody. They'll say studies have shown that, yeah, you're right. My own studies have shown on myself. And lastly, don't do anyone else's diet. Talk to people that have diets. If they understand what they're doing, talk to them in a sense of the why. Not just, I hear people all the time, well, I don't eat carbs. And low carb diets work. You know why they work? Excuse me. The soda makes me burp. I'm sorry. You know why they work? 2 reasons. Just like any diet, the only thing that makes you lose fat, weight, whatever you want to call it, I don't like saying weight, fat loss, is eating at a caloric deficit. When you cut out one of the 3 major macronutrient groups, you're cutting out a lot of foods that cause you to overeat. You can feel satiated eating a diet with more fat and protein. And you can't have things like cake and cookies and things like that. The other thing that I've done low carb diets before. The other thing that it does is, at least for me, I never felt full. And I used to equate being full with gaining weight. Some people still do. I'm living proof that that's not the truth. But low carb diets do not work for everyone. Intermittent fasting does not work for everyone. And you can go on, paleo, and well, look, you'll have to find what works for you. Not that dude or me or someone you saw on Instagram or YouTube telling you. There are people out there who have absolutely no problem eating clean, doing meal prep, eating chicken and rice every meal. That's fine. Does it work? Yeah. There are people out there who have no problem with low carb diets. That's fine. I can tell you I am not the only person who eats 1 meal a day. I am not the only person who does flexible dieting or eats not even close. I know tons of people who eat 1 meal a day. Tons. It works for them. It works for me. But you'll never, I repeat, never hear me telling you to eat like me because my diet works. There are other people that might say that, and they're not wrong. But as a person who works in the fitness industry, I know you might not believe it because I don't talk about this stuff a lot. You gotta find what works for you. And what I do when I work with clients is I talk to them about their eating habits, what they do, what they find enjoyable, and I try to find something that works for them. I look at myself almost, and I'm saying this like tongue-in-cheek, like I'm not like the guru, but I look at myself almost like a tailor. All right, you come in, you want a suit or a dress, or what do you call it? Is it a seamstress? I don't really know. I don't do dresses, but you come in, you got a concept, what you want to look like. It's my job to find a suit that fits you, to tailor it to fit you, so that it works for you. The next person that comes in, I'm not going to give them the exact same measurements, with the exact same color, and the exact same scheme, and the exact same... You understand what I'm saying? So, if you are looking for diet advice, I would be wary of listening to someone who tells you this is the way to eat. Not me, I mean just in general, like they have a method and just you do this method. You fit yourself into their method. You shoehorn your lifestyle, your workout habits, your diet habits into their method. I would not do that. I would find someone who's versed in different manners of eating and different manners of diet and knows all the facets and the nutritional aspect behind it, and they work with you as an individual, not you working with that individual on their stuff. You get what I'm saying? In short, how this came in diet convo, excuse me, soda makes me burp. Find what works for you. That simple. Find what works for you. Just like there are a million ways to get rich, right? People always talk about money. There are a million ways to get in shape. You can talk to, say, I know stocks are very popular now. You can talk to 40 different people that have portfolios in the stock market, and they'll tell you 40 different ways, and they all have a lot of success doing it that way. You feel me? And as a person who tries to teach people, eating habits, workout habits, the thing that I've always done when I teach people anything is I talk to you as a person and I try to explain it to you in a term that you understand. So if I'm talking to somebody who is a banker, I talk about calories like money and so on and so forth. So find someone, there are millions of people out there like that can help you in that way. If that person comes to you and says, hey, try my way, I'd look somewhere else. That's just my personal opinion. Again, my opinions are not fact. My opinion is my opinion. It's not wrong or right. It's right. Anyway, that meal was so good, man. I wish I had more calories to play with, but we had lots of pizza over the weekend, so it is what it is. I got to get some rest because I got to shovel in the morning and start getting back to work, get back on the grind anyway. We're back in the kitchen, back in the saddle. It feels good. I love y'all. We will be back tomorrow. Hopefully the snow's not too bad. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.